Welcome to Codeblaze.io, and in this episode I'll be going over yet another starter project. It's called Reactor, and it's a starter project of React plus Electron plus NX. And I promise this would be one of my last start project videos, and after that I really want to start some proper programming tutorial videos, like building applications actually. So, and also one quick update, my channel recently reached 40 subscribers, so I guess it's about time I actually start doing some proper tutorial series. And I experimented with the Python plus Node series, so it had 6 videos and it's actually been doing really well, and because of that my channel has started gaining some traction. And I'm actually planning another series which will be based on React, Spring, and Android. So the reason I'm choosing this tech stack is basically I'm actually currently learning all three of them, and the best way to learn is actually build something out of them. So I thought, why not combine the three and actually make a project. So the project would basically be a local streaming. We'll have a local streaming server in Spring, and like web app to actually configure what to stream, and you'll be able to stream videos directly from your file system of your laptop to your phones. So it isn't much, but like I'll go through how I actually architecture the applications and like the complete development life cycle of a product that I follow. And well, personally I'm not a professional or anything, I'm just a freelancer and a student, so I'm just trying to get my thoughts out there and get some feedback on it also, and like develop my way of thinking and developing products. And back to this project. So Reactor has been set up like a basic NX workspace, and it is kind of similar like my Electron project, which was a starter project for Electron, Angular, and NX. The only difference is that the Electron uses the Angular CLI to like manage the whole project, whereas the Reactor uses the NX CLI. So that removes the dependency on the Angular CLI, because since you're working with React, you don't want to have the Angular CLI, though it doesn't matter. And sometimes I actually prefer the Angular CLI when working with NX. It usually performs better and has like less bugs associated with it. So going over the project structure, we have three applications. Electron, which is basically a node project generated using NX, and this is where you have the all Electron backend code running. So we have the similar folder structure of a TypeScript project, and you can basically add more TypeScript files and do any other logic or the native API logics that you want to add, you can add to this project. And the main.ts file is the one that actually starts up Electron, creates the window, and does some other useful things also, like depending upon the configuration which is run, it will load the using URL or using the file protocol. So this can be used in development, which will enable React to do hot reloading, and the file protocol is used in production and packaging. Also we have, like, you can install developer extensions like React developer tools and Redux developer tools inside the Electron dev tools that you have. So that will also help you in production, like developing the application. So that's all for the Electron project. And we have the React project, which is a standard React TypeScript project using like the style sheet that I have set as CSS. Though it won't matter, you can actually change it to CSS if you want, but I sometimes just prefer a CSS. And like I'm using TypeScript because I'm a huge fan of TypeScript. It's just a basic React project that we have here. And we have React E2E, which is a Cypress powered end-to-end tester. Now when it comes to end-to-end testing, I don't have actually much knowledge about Cypress, and I may learn that someday, and I'll able to actually configure Cypress properly for both Reactor and Electron. Other than that, you have all the good stuff that comes with NX. We have libs, so you can generate your libraries. It could be React UI libraries or pure TypeScript libraries if you want. And that will help you build a modular application in a single Git repo, so properly following the monorepo pattern. And we have our tools also. You can add some custom build scripts, like we are using one post build, which I'll cover through, because this actually Reactor took me a quite while to set up, because React didn't want to work with Electron. Like, there was a one bug and I couldn't find anything on it over the internet, so I had to come like use a workaround for it. So it's working right now, so let's see. And like, it's a workaround. I don't know whether it's the perfect way to do it or whether it will have any implications or problems in the future. So what we'll do now is, like, you may use it for now, and in the future you may not even need it and it will get fixed. So let's see what happens. And other than that, we have the actual build scripts, which are I have explained them properly in the readme.md. Still, I'll go over them briefly. So you can run yarn install, that will just install your application dependencies, and then you can run yarn run electron extension install, like this script here. So this will basically add your React Dev tools and Redux tools to your local Electron copy for that app. So the extension install instruction, basically this script will add your React Dev tools and Redux tools to your local Electron copy. And also make sure to run this script once only, because if you try to, like, I'll just show you, if this is the code that gets executed when this script is run. Basically I just pass another argument. If this code is executed more than once, then, like, if you try to install the same extension twice to Electron, it's just like, the docs say it should throw a, like, give a warning, but in my case mostly Electron just stops working and it doesn't start anymore. So there is a way to fix it, that is to, like, delete your application cache. So I've actually included the locations where it would be on all three platforms, but try to actually run this script only once. And another thing, and if you want to install Devtron, so that is helpful if you want to monitor your IPC. So what you can do is, once Electron has started in the Electron console, you can just run this command, require Devtron and install. So that will install Devtron also to your Electron copy. Again, this command should also be run once, and Devtron will be installed to your local copy. And the local copy, I mean, is the Electron copy for your application, because all these extensions are installed in your application cache. So Devtron can also be used, like Devtron is installed, like, it is a npm dependency, so it will be installed with the yarn install. Then the way, like, the development flow will work is, you have the start script, which will basically host the, like, I'll actually just run this. So this will basically host the React frontend on using the Webpack server on localhost 4200, and also start Electron, which will then use the HTTP protocol to load that view in Electron. So this way, any changes that you make to the React, like the front-end project, you can get hot reloading. So this is the way I would go while developing the application. Also, this yarn start script itself is made up of 2-3 scripts. So, like, there's a hierarchy of scripts that I've built here. The next serve React script will just serve the React project, and yarn run electron start dev will just start the Electron, like the Electron project in the dev mode, like using the HTTP protocol. Also for building, also, like, building will just compile your TypeScript files to JavaScript and put them in the dist folder under Electron or React. It usually builds using your application name. So as you can see, the yarn start has come up and we have React running. And if I just open the dev tools, dev tools open, so you can see I have Devtron enabled, and, like, I guess must have not installed the React dev tools here. So, like, React dev tools also, sometimes it works like it can get problematic, so usually I just delete my cache and install them again. So that works. Other than that, for building, you have yarn build Electron. This will just do a development build of the Electron project, and yarn build web will do a development build of the web project, and it will also change the base href. You need that to actually load the files in Electron, because the base href should start with the relative path. Then we have the build dev, which will build both React and Electron in the development configuration, and build prod. This will basically build a production build of both React and Electron. Now, whenever these build scripts are run, okay, so I'll just show you the output of the React. So if you go to the index.html, I'll just format this. So by default, these script tags will have a type of module. Okay, so this was the problem that was happening with Electron. So if I try to load these types which have module over the file protocol, the file protocol doesn't return a MIME type, like I pronounce it MIME. So because of that, Electron considers that as a security breach and doesn't load those files. So one way to fix is to like compile for ES5, but for some reason I wasn't able to change the target for my next project. Like I tried going to ts config and just you can see I have ES5 target here also, but it still doesn't work. I don't know why. So what I did was I just created this post builder script, which basically reads this index.html file after building and basically replaces type equal to module with type equal to JavaScript, text/JavaScript. With this it works. Now I don't know if this will potentially break something in React. I haven't seen anything right now breaking. So this is one caveat for this project. In future, if Electron starts supporting type module or file protocol, or some other fix comes around that is more reliable, I would add it to the project. But for now, this is the workaround that I have. Other than that, after building, we have some production steps like yarn run Electron start production. This will basically do a production build of Electron and start Electron in production mode. That is, it will load using the file protocol. And yarn run Electron start will just build and start Electron in file mode. So if I do yarn run Electron start prod, okay, so this will basically do a production build of the React project and a production build of the Electron project and start Electron and load the React project using the file protocol. As you can see, we have the production build of the Electron project done. Now we have doing a production build of the React project. While this happens, the last part is the packaging. So I'm using Electron builder for packaging, and for that all the configuration is in the Electron builder.json, which is this file. So you can add more files that you want to ignore or add to the project. So you can see the production version is also running. So yeah, like we don't have any issues on the console. So we'll just close this, and you can see the post build was run. So Electron builder.json can be used to configure how you want to actually package your application. Like you can add output directory for WinMac and Linux targets. If you want to add an application icon, that can be configured here, and what files should be copied over to the ASR. So this basically follows a blob pattern. So you can see I just ignore everything, and so in a sense only the dist folder is copied over, okay, because that is where all our build files are. Other than that, the dependencies which are listed as dependencies, not dev dependencies, these will also be added to the build. So like if you have some runtime dependencies needed for Electron that need to be placed in dependencies object, other than that rest all dependencies will go into dev dependencies. Now make sure you use these correctly, otherwise your application size will bloat rapidly, because you don't want the whole React source code to be there in your runtime, because that's not required, because React will package everything, because most of the UI dependencies will be bundled up, so that won't be a problem. But these dependencies, the Electron dependencies, won't be bundled up because I haven't set up any bundler. Either you can just set up a webpack bundler if you want, and it won't be a problem. Otherwise you can just list your runtime dependencies here. So tslib is one of them. The way I find which dependency is runtime or not, I basically do a package and start the application. If there's an error, it will say which dependency is missing, so you just add that dependency to the dependencies array. Now this is a tedious process, but it's just a one-time thing that you have to do, or you can just come up with a bundler. And as for that, we have for packaging two commands like yarn run package and the name of the platform. So that will basically just package the already built files, and yarn run electron with the name of the platform will do a production build before and then package. So other than that, everything rest is basically going over NX. So if you want to add more capabilities or more applications, you can add, like if you want to have a nest backend or an express backend, you can do that. And if you like, you can generate applications, you can create libraries. As I said, like if you want to create a React UI library or just TypeScript library, that can be done. Also we have code scaffolding, so you can actually use this command to actually create React components with some boilerplate code, and basically it helps us out. And you have commands to run unit and end-to-end tests, and you can also see the dependency graph. So other than that, I hope you like this project and hope you subscribe. And if like, I'm actually trying to aiming for 50 subscribers before releasing my next tutorial series. So if you like this project and you like the tutorials that I've been doing, please do subscribe, leave a rating, share your suggestions down in the comments. Thank you.